everybody. Hopefully, everybody's feeling loved and blessed as always. Welcome back to another Kids Room podcast episode. Today, we're going to be talking about motivation hacks in 2025 and how to stay inspired even on the tough days. So many times we get caught up in our feelings and our emotions, but whenever you the people that have been through challenge and trials and have made it on the other side, we all been there. If you're at this age in your 20s or even in your teens, whatever the case may be, like even as a young child, a lot of us have been through a lot of different things. But as you go through and you push through it, you realize that you are better on the other side, that you are stronger on the other side, that you are more wise on the other side, that even in challenge that there can be peace, that even in the storm there can still be peace as you find Christ, as you find God, as you are in that storm, because God is pushing everything to work in our favor, right? God is doing everything for us to be blessed, for us not to hurt us, but to only make us better in life. That's what God is trying to do. So even on our tough days, we have to realize that God is still working in our favor. As it says in Romans 8, chapter 8, verses 28, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. So whenever you are following his purpose, as you are listening to Christ, as you follow and you are obeying his word, that everything that happens to you, whether good or bad, that it is working for the plan that he wants you in, right? So even though the tough days, and you see that even on the tough days when you see there's no reason to push or to even try, those are the times that you should be doing the right things even more. That's when it's even more important for your spirit, because even as we may dwell in a prison as Joseph did, right? We might be dwelling in a prison mentally or spiritually. Joseph knew that even if physically they can imprison him, that mentally though, or spiritually they could not. He was free, right? Because spiritually we are free though. We cannot bind ourselves up with fear or tactics like depression or allow anxiety to keep us in bed every day, right? We cannot allow it to paralyze us. We cannot allow it to consume us, because then that is drowning out your spirit. You're drowning out the Holy Spirit. You're drowning out what Christ is trying to tell you, what God is trying to speak to you on your life, the purpose that's on your life, the promise that's still on your life. So we have to have more determination, right, to go towards Christ. We have to have more determination to go through these things and to self-motivate. Motivation does not come from just when you wake up and it falls into your lap. That's motivation comes from doing the hard things and doing it right, even whenever things ain't going right, and when your friends might be making it past you, or your family your siblings are doing better than you, and everyone seems to be doing better than you, and you feel like you're falling behind, and you feel like you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. But that's false. The enemy wants you to be focused on what everybody else is doing, but when you focus on what you're doing and you realize that God is gonna drop that little bit of promise here, drop that little bit of promise here, but maybe it's not your time, it's not your moment. So you have to be calm in the storm, right? And push through. In Matthew chapter 11, verses 28 through 30, it goes on to say, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy, my burden is light." Right? For all of you who are weary and burdened, depression and anxiety, sad and angry, hopeless and lost, those things, right? That God is saying, rest within me and my yoke, my burden is light. What you try to hold on to, what you try to carry is heavy on yourself. That's why people have suicide, right? That's why people do things like quit. They give up. They never feel as if they're gonna make it in life, right? When you start to feel that type of sense and you start to lose touch with your inner self, that's not a good feeling. You have to let go of that weight, let go of that burden, and allow Christ to carry it. Give it to Christ. Stop worrying about it, and allow your burden to be lighter when you rest within Christ, right? Because we're more comfortable as of right now, right? It can still be hard, but you're still comfortable. But whenever you want to escape that comfort, when you want to go to Christ, things are going to be hard, but you can find comfort within that. You can find comfort within the escape of trying to escape your old comfort and get into something that's more uncomfortable. And you start to feel more comfortable by being uncomfortable, right? If that makes sense. You have to push through the hard things. You have to push through and find within yourself, within your own spirit, what are you made of when the times get rough? What are you made of when the times get tough? What are you gonna do? How are you gonna push through, right? In Matthew chapter 16 verses 26, that says, what good will it be for someone to gain the whole world yet forfeit their soul? Or what can anyone give in exchange for their soul? So yeah, it might be good now, but will it always be good? You're comfortable now, what you're doing, where you're living, what job you got, who you talk to, things like that. You don't want to expand. You don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to talk to new people. You don't want to do new things. That's okay. But will that always be good for you? As times go on, as technology grows, as people grow, as knowledge and wisdom and things of our imagination grows, as your dreams and your visions grow, is what your current lifestyle gonna be good always, right? We're gonna inspire other people when we go through pain, when we have our own testimonies. So when you go through it, yes, you grow, but then you are glad that you went through it, because now you realize, I did it. You did it, not just by yourself with Christ's help, but at the same time, you did something that you said you were gonna do and you pushed through, or something that happened in life and it was unexpected and you got through it, even when you felt like it was crushing you. You did what you had to do, because yeah, it's gonna hurt, right? It's gonna hurt to feel that, but we can't sit and think that waking up every day scrolling on your phone, you're gonna find motivation in that video, in that meme and things like that, and it's gonna carry on for years. No, it's gonna carry on for that day, 2 days, maybe a week, right? But that's all it's gonna do. It's not gonna hold tight. So you have to be within the faith, right? We have to be able to pick up our heads in hard times. We have to be able to stay focused in hard times and not let the things of emotion get into, a few bad moments and then realize that's gonna ruin our whole life. Do not let bad moments and bad emotions at the moment in time ruin your whole life, because it's gonna be okay. It will all be okay, right? Because God is already working it out through and through, from beginning to end, middle to end, whatever part that you are to end. He's gonna finish through. He's gonna follow through with whatever he said he's gonna do for you. You just have to finish and do the work that you need to do, even on the hard days, and find out what God got for you. So I appreciate y'all. Be loved, be blessed, follow your purpose, man. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.